Turn the coffee machine off.
There is a thing. King Crimson. I've what I did. I didn't go on the King Crimson site at all for several months, and I sort of looked away, and then went back to it. Holy crap! I had a bag on it. I kind of knew what was going on, but bloody hell. There's a new Collectors Club release. They found a Zoom Club. Not Zoom Club, but pre-Larks Tongs band soundboard. That was discovered. That's another Collectors Club release. We've got the big box set, heavy construction, the Blu-ray of all the whole tour filmed, and all the other stuff, and Heaven and Earth, and Power to Believe, and all the EPs and all that stuff, and blah 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 blah. £190. It's £190 for the box set. It's actually the biggest box set they've ever done, but it's a lot of money. I can't afford it. It's too much money. I wanted to go on holiday.
Well, we were going to go to Spain this year, kids, but I got a box set instead.
And we've got another one later in the year. We've got the 50th in the court complete box. Allegedly, I don't know how confirmed that is, but and there's going to be 2 more Collectors Club releases. It says that they're going to finish on 50. So this is 48. The last one was 47, which was, I think, the first double trio shows, the Baboom shows. So this is 48, and then there's going to be 2 more to top it off. Ridiculous. So there's just so much stuff, and of course there's all these downloads which I haven't looked at. Apparently there's one a day for 50 days to celebrate the 50th anniversary as well. So I need to download all of that, and then I have to review it all of it. I'm 2 releases behind already before any of that. See, I've just gone crazy. I've knocked over the microphone with my intense despair.
I'm struggling to empathise, really, Kev.
Why don't you just not buy it? You don't need it. You've got enough King Crimson already. Correct. I haven't got the red box set. I was never bought it. I never got a chance because they keep releasing new ones.
Yeah, I don't understand it.
That big box should have been 2 boxes, to be honest. But I think it might have been actually that they want to finish on the 50th. In the court has to be the last one, kind of thing. So it's like a double box. So much music. Other bands? What? No other bands. Sorry.
Yeah, what are they doing? Are they just cashing in now? Is this the final push? Get these
it seems to be.
Last 2 out, and then that's it. Who gets all this money? Is it all what's his face?
Well, DGM, the company who have staff.
Who owns DGM?
I think Fripp and David Singleton run it, so I assume they're probably directors, something. I would imagine. I don't know. And the Vicar.
Well, presumably the artist will get some royalties from it.
Oh yeah, all of it.
Yeah.
There's only one person who's on all of it, of course.
Yeah. Why does why? Okay, explain this to me as a passing King Crimson fan, I suppose you could call me. Why is there this company DGM? What is DGM?
Oh well, originally this was not the conclusion, but the outcome of the Endless Grief period, which was, Fripp was with EG, and he had this sense of those are the guys who were with me, those are the guys who supported me in the early days. So he went with them, and they just consistently ripped him off and lied to him and didn't give him money when it was owed, and etc. 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 And they own his music. Just like all normal record company deals, the record company owns your music. You don't have the publishing rights to your music.
It's madness.
Which is mad.
It is madness.
But it wasn't all. So the whole point of DGM was, okay, we'll distribute your whatever, but you own it. You pay for it. So all artists have to pay for everything. So they have to pay for the promotion, and they get an advance to make a record, which is taken out of what they earn later.
Mm-hmm.
So they pay for everything out of their pay, and the record company still take all the money. They just take it.
Is it Bill Bruford who describes it as a bit like getting a mortgage for a house, only after you've paid it off you don't own the house?
Yeah, Yeah, it's like leasehold.
That's ridiculous. It is.
Leasehold. I think that's what that is. Yeah. Oh, that was the thing I always. Well, my nan used to buy a house every year because she would move house every year. She that was the thing. It had to be freehold, and she knew leasehold is a rip off. It didn't matter for her because she kept moving.
Yeah,
house.
I mean, it used to be fairly cheap to renew a lease. Yes. House, but anyway, so DGM was set up. So there are other bands signed to DGM.
Yeah, well, originally there was loads of interesting stuff. Mr. McFall's Chamber, which was the most. It was like a chamber band of violins and things playing Irish folk music and King Crimson and Interstellar Overdrive and all these different all together. It was really crazy stuff. And eventually there was a business decision where they realised what was profitable and what wasn't, so they had to move in a business direction. And that's when the King Crimson Collectors Club had been massively successful and funded everything else. So all these unknown bands forget that, and then they had to start selling. There was a period they sold like ELP box sets and things like that, So it went back to being much more just King Crimson because that's where the money is. Everyone likes King Crimson.
That's weird, that is, because you would have thought the deal isn't we'll pay to push your albums. It's similar in the sense that as a standard contract, but once you've paid back the costs of distribution, you retain ownership.
Your music that you made. Well, I think if someone's made some music that it's their music. But there was that guy commented again. Do you remember when we commented on? It was the King Crimson on YouTube video we did.
Right.
And the same guy did comment. It does look like he wasn't joking when he said we should kill them. We should kill the artist because they're lying, and there is no such thing as intellectual copyright. It's a lie. And so there is this thing that no, it's all free, freedom. Like Henry Cow, when they did all the free concerts and they couldn't afford to run the band.
Yeah, it's a fine balance.
Music should be free, man. We can't afford to eat. Not very nice, but how are you going to? How does that work? You can't until we do a Star Trek. You need money to exist.
Universal basic income. Oh.
Yes. Oh. And in the end, you'll realise actually, hang on. Why do we have the money at all? We don't need money at all. Yeah. Star Trek.
Great days.
Yeah. And there will be a period of pain where there'll be it's communism. Not at all. Not that. No, Star Trek. Look at Star Trek. That's what's going to happen. And obviously there's people who are very angry at the moment who don't want it to happen, but in your face it will happen.
What's the argument for? Because there is proper criticisms of intellectual property. I think it's basically to do with the abuses of it, isn't it?
Well, exactly, yeah. Yeah,
big companies do tend to abuse it.
Yeah, and obviously with music, most music isn't owned by the people who made the music.
Yeah.
The Beatles, it is just ridiculous, but because they were from so long ago, that was the norm, and it was never resolved. And we all know who bought it and what he did with it. And now everyone's changed their mind about that. So now, because it was on TV, so now everyone's changed their mind.